everybody, it's Chrissy and welcome back. I am excited today to invite you to meet my friend Marcy with Family Fun Childcare. Marcy works with little ones all day, every day. Well, not right now, maybe. But anyway, she's got a wealth of ideas, and I have seen so many parents on webinars and Zoom calls and online, and just looking for ideas to connect it with their kids and what to do and to connect with others. So, hey, Marcy, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Wonderful. Can you tell us a little bit about what you do? And then we'll hop into giving some ideas. And I'm going to send this text out. I'm going to tell my daughter-in-law what we're doing and hop on here and have fun.
Okay. We care for children ages 5 and younger every day. And we do a full preschool program, a full organized day to try to help them learn and help them grow and understand things and be ready for kindergarten when they go to school. So we have lots of different things we do every day.
So you plan a whole program. So let me guess, just like at school, we've got our kids home, we have all these homework packets. Are they doing all of your homework?
Some of them are, some of them aren't, but that's okay. We'll get back to it whenever we get back to it. But we do a lot of preschool sheets, and they go through a lot of shapes and colors and learning their letter recognition and their number recognition. And I sent a lot of that paperwork to them, and some are able to do it and some are not, and that's just fine. But there's lots of other things that you can do without doing the organized preschool time that is fun activities for them.
So I say they'll still make it to school. They will still graduate one day. It's all good, right? We need to all have grace with ourselves.
Yes. and whatever you can do with them, you can do. If you can't do those organized sheets, and that's okay too.
So, Marcy, I have a question, and I'm gonna be out there and be honest. My idea for this came up during a girls' happy hour virtually, and I thought this is so much fun. Why aren't littles doing this? And my friend Stacy, who just hopped on here and said how organized you are, she's like, you know, who is doing something like this for little ones is Marcy. So call Marcy and talk to her about your story time or your circle time. So tell us what you're doing, because I think parents can do something like this on their own with their kids' friends.
Yes. So I miss my littles, as I've heard that they miss us and all of their friends as well. So I thought, just as we are all of us parents are doing, or us moms are doing virtual chats, I thought it would be awesome to do something like that with them too. So every day, Monday through Thursday right now at 5:30, I do a Zoom chat, and then a lot of the parents log their kids in, and the kids just listen to us either read a story, or we talk about ABCs and the days of the week, or what day it is, what season is it, and we count teddy bears and stuffed animals and do different counting activities. And it really only takes about 20 minutes a day. We're usually on for only 20 minutes, but the kids love it, and I love it because I get to see them. They're growing so fast.
So if somebody wanted to plan this on their own, it sounds like, do you have a theme for each day when you do an online circle time or story time?
Sometimes there's a theme. Sometimes we are just, talking about anything that comes up that the kids would like to talk about. Sometimes if I'm reading a story and there's a rhyming words in the story, I'll stop when I'm reading the story and talk about rhyming words, and then start the story back up again. Or, just whatever I feel like that they're into that day. Kids don't have a very long time span that they're going to be interested in this stuff. So we just try to keep them active as long as we can.
So I think that's a good question, because some parents might want to be 100% involved, and some might want their kids to be enjoying seeing the others, and they might take a couple minutes to do something. So what's an attention span for somebody in that 2 to 5 age range?
They usually don't sit still more than about 10 to 15 minutes. So even when we're doing our circle time, sometimes they're kind of jumping around. They are watching and listening. It's amazing to me the amount of kids that you don't think that they're actually listening. And then I have a parent come up and say, "Oh my gosh, I can't believe my kid knows this whole thing, or they know all these songs or all this stuff, and they're not actually singing it to me, but they're listening, and then they go home and sing it to their kids." So even if they don't show you that they're listening, they actually are.
So it sounds like that's probably because you're doing consistency and you probably have some kind of a routine. Is that right?
Yes. Yeah, we do our preschool normally from when the time that they get there. Everybody gets their own individual preschool, so it takes a long time to get that done. So usually we start preschool at 7:30 in the morning, and we're not actually done with our preschool stuff until like 10 or 10:30 because everybody gets their own time to do that while others are playing. Um, so it takes a while to do that. And then we do lunch, and then we let them watch 20 minutes of a preschool show on Netflix or so. And then we do a circle time, just like we would do. Our circle time, we've kind of moved to the Zoom chat, and then they go to bed, and then we get back up and do snack, and then we can go outside and play, or do some fun play stuff.
And so, do you find that kids are easy to transition to the next one because they know what the schedule is and it's the same each day?
Yes, if you don't have a schedule, it's kind of hard for them. So if you're gonna do like a Zoom chat with your friends, kids, or with a group, I would do it at the same time each day, like Monday and Wednesday at 5 or 10 a.m. or whatever you would like to do. That way they kind of look forward to that and they know exactly when it's going to happen. And if your kid is having trouble transitioning to a different activity, you could even set a timer and say, okay, when this timer goes off in 3 minutes, we're going to move to this other activity. And it kind of gives them that, okay, I have this much time. If this goes off, then I go on to the next thing. They don't really have a sense of time yet, but that timer kind of helps them know when to move on.
Absolutely. I see my grandson's attention span is about 15 to 20 minutes and he's 2. So we hit right on it. You're right there. She said, unless there's Play-Doh. Play-Doh involved, apparently attention span goes a little bit further. So what is your plan this week on Circle Times? Tell me, what are you going to do? What are you going to do tonight on Circle Time?
Well, a lot of times for circle time, I actually have a whole list of stuff just depending on how long the kids will go and who shows up. Not all of them come every day. A lot of times we go over the alphabet to start. Repetition is a good thing. So there are some things that we do every day. So counting, singing the alphabet, asking what day it is. Every day we ask what day it is, and then we go through the days of the week. And then we also ask what month it is. Unfortunately, when we first started this, I was like, gosh, what month is it? Since we're so confused.
That's reality.
I was like, wait, let me make sure I'm telling them the right month. So it helps
with that.
also have a little normalcy because that's something that we would do every day when they're here. And then I also have in front of me, I've just had these same things in front of me every day. Sometimes I'll hold up different cards of this memory game and ask them which ones match and which ones don't match. And then they can tell me what they see that actually matches. I also have like a coloring mats game that I can pull out the pictures of the things that are different colors and ask them what their colors are on those. I also have a patterning game Now this would be not for the littles. These would be, they can't really get to patterns really until their ages 4 to 5. But if you have a 4 to 5 year old, learning patterns and figuring out what shapes go next is a cool thing to do. And I have these games, but you can always make them if you're crafty. I'm not all that crafty, so I bought them. But you can
So
always
they could
make them.
probably, would you suggest that somebody could just Google patterning games or free patterning printables and they could probably print them that way, right?
Oh yeah, and there's lots of things that you can do. If you want to do a different theme for each day, you can do that. Like you can do a scavenger hunt
Ooh.
around your house for everything that's a circle or everything that's a square. You can do scavenger hunt around your house for everything that's a certain color. Um,
Is that bad? It
that-
sounds to me you could do that almost like the game of hide and go seek, and then you would like wait a few minutes and grab your breath before you'd really go look. You could keep saying, no, find a circle. No, I said 10 circles. Oh, I meant 15 circles. But that's a good idea. I like the scavenger hunt.
and if you have this is, don't necessarily have to do this, but I can't show you our playroom right now because we're kind of moving stuff around right now. But our playroom, we actually colored different colors and different shapes all over the wall. We can use our wall as like a teaching thing. We can be like, do you see a circle anywhere around the wall or whatever? So if you have a playroom that you want your kids to be able to do that, you can give them, if you trust them, like you can give them like paint markers and then they can, if they're older, I would only do it at like 4 or 5 year olds maybe, but
Can
they
I
could
preface and ask with that, is the wall paint, is it for chalkboard paint? Is it a chalkboard or is it right erase or what are you using it on that you can wipe it off?
Well, we don't actually wipe that off because it's our playroom. So, but you can use it for chalk too. We do have a chalkboard that you can use it for that as well, and you could erase that. But ours is just left up, but we're a daycare, so that's what we do. But
Well, I'm seeing in the comments with some of them, messier the better. How about some of your kids that are kind of that kindergarten age, so they're in school? Do you have any tips out there? I see that some friends are struggling with getting their kids to complete homework. Do you have any suggestions on increasing motivation on that younger set?
that's a difficult one because unfortunately, the kids do better with teachers than they do parents. So that's very difficult. Um,
I think
but I would just
heard the whole mom kingdom out there go, I know.
I know I struggled with that in my own kids. So, but I would say, even the timer method as like maybe if you do your 10 minutes of work, then you can do 10 minutes of this game or this other thing, or whatever that they like to do. So, if whatever time they do in their, even if it's a video game, if you do 10 minutes of your homework and you get it done, then maybe you can go and do your video game for 10 minutes and, kind of use something else that they really like to do as like okay, you can get equal time if you do your regular stuff.
And I know there's
So,
some that even like this works for me as an adult for what it's worth, but like I have the timer. So they find it intriguing because they can see visually when that time is up, I have that long. So if maybe Amazon a 5 minute or a 10 minute timer, something like that could be fun as well to visually.
yeah, and I actually just use my phone timer, and
Oh,
I have a speaker that my phone timer attaches to, or that my phone attaches to, so everybody can hear when the timer goes off. And then, I use it a lot for outside time. If we're going outside, it's really hard for kids when they are outside and they don't want to go back in to get a drink or go to the bathroom or whatever. So I set a timer and say, okay, and when this timer goes off, we're going to go inside, we're going to go to the bathroom, we're going to get a drink, and then we're going to come back. So that it seems to work. And I feel like it would work the same way if you were trying to get kids to do their work, you know.
Yeah, so this is a little sidetrack, but something that another mom said to me this morning. We were actually was getting sidetracked because her little kept coming in. So something that she said she was doing is setting on her Alexa. So I know we got Siri's, Alexas, we got all those names out there for these different devices, but she sets it at
Yeah.
particular times every couple of hours to play their favorite song. And then that's a great time for everybody to stop, be silly, or remind you if it's your time to eat, or whatever the case is, if you have certain things throughout the day. I thought that was a cool idea. So Alexa and I are picking out a song today.
Oh, there you go. That sounds like a really good idea too.
Absolutely. So what else? Do you have any books or any songs or anything like that that you can show us that help people with learning or teaching their kids, like the month or oh, we lost her. Hey, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and finish this part because she was showing me, and if she hops back on, I'll show you. But she had a book that went through, and I know when I worked in the preschool for several years in Olentangy here locally, that you know, this is songs. When you sing with a kid, it's just much more fun to learn the days of the week or you know. Oh, here she is. Let's bring her back in. But I know she was going to show us some of what she has that work. Aw. You're back. It's all good. So the cat temporarily was going to join us, but that didn't work. You can bring the cat back in, by the way. We'd love to see our furry friend. Anyway, go ahead. I was asking you if you have any particular things that you think work great for teaching littles, days of the week or months of the year, songs, that type of thing. What is it that you use?
So we use a lot of times this calendar time, and you can buy this. I actually bought it on Amazon. And they're also at learning stores, but I believe learning stores are closed right now. But I bought this calendar time, and it comes with a chart um, that it has all the songs with it, and it lists like all the songs that you're to sing with, and it goes with the CD. And it works really well. The kids love, and it's all the tunes are to like, they just change the words of um, some of the other nursery rhymes and stuff that you would know. So they just use the same kind of rhythm, but they're different.
So really, in order to
Different.
be successful, all you have to do is either print it online or buy it and flip a page, and the CD sings it for you, and you are rocking it awesome with teaching your kiddo this information.
Absolutely, and it really the kids love it. Sometimes they kind of get bored with it, or you think that they're bored with it, and then they go home and sing it to their parents. So
Absolutely. Hey, I grabbed from some of the fun stuff is setting the timers. I know Taylor said that the girls that she nannies loves to set timers, and in between when it goes off, they love to dance. That's their free thing to get out their energy. What is some of the things that your kiddos like to do that would be fun for maybe some other people out there on the free times?
so I do Irish dancing. So my kids actually do their some of my conditioning exercises with me.
Okay.
So we actually do our own like fitness class a lot of times. So we'll do like squats, and I mean, they're little, they're not going to be able to do quite what you could do, but it's fun for them to try. And I just got a video last night of one of my daycare parents sent me a video of their kid dancing like an Irish dancer. She was doing really good.
That is adorable.
So
I saw somebody else online with their daughter. They were making pretend YouTube videos doing yoga together. So that's kind of fun. Kids are so technical.
yes, and they love it. And sometimes I'll show them one of my dances, but pretty much we just do, like we'll run across the yard, or even if we can't get outside, we'll do jumping. And then like we'll all be jumping together, try to jump on one foot, and then switch feet, or jump in a circle, or do jumping jacks or squats, or try to kick your butt, that kind of stuff. So we do that a lot, and the kids absolutely love it. And then sometimes, in order to include like all of the kids, I'll go around the room and have each kid choose something that they want to do. Like, you dance however you want to dance, and we'll all follow you. So, like, each kid gets a chance for everybody else to follow their kind of dancing that they want to do.
I bet that is hugely successful. Everybody out there is going to love that, no doubt. And by the way, Stacy would like a video of you doing that. That would be fun. So Taylor said that Holt loves the body song and the cleanup song. What are some other songs that are probably out there on YouTube, or people can Google somewhere and find? What are some good basic songs that people could put into their daily routine to help kids get into that routine at home? Can you think of any other?
The only songs that we really use are like the cleanup songs in like our songs that I've already showed. We don't really, we do a lot of like the regular singing of Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, and
and Itsy Bitsy Spider, maybe.
Huh?
Like the Itsy Bitsy Spider, some of those basic preschool songs.
Yeah, we do those too. So it's all about the same normal things.
Oh, somebody just said Google songs for learning. Nikki, thank you. That's awesome. Somebody asked, can you do virtual nanny? I think we're taking that to a whole different level. I don't think we'll go there. Hey, Marcy, do you have any other tips you can think of for all the parents out there who are trying to learn and make that impact and difference with their littles when they're used to them going to preschool?
Just kind of give yourself a break, and things that you don't even think of that you're doing are stuff that's helping them anyway. I mean, some of the stuff that we do is even just saying, what's your mom and dad's name? Because you'd be surprised on how many kids just call their mom and dad, and they don't actually know their actual name. So even just going through your normal everyday stuff, and letting them know, going over that stuff that seems so basic to us, they're learning no matter what you're doing. So
it's a great
trying.
Absolutely, just the basic. That is a fabulous point. Thank you. Well, I have a question. You have a painting right behind you. Did you paint that with your kiddos?
I did. Now, not my daycare kiddos.
Your kid.
With my actual kids, who are 16 and 18 now. So we will do, just like adults a lot of times will get together and do paint nights together. I actually do that sometimes with my teenage kids. So even if like you've got younger kids and you want to paint the same picture as them, like they would love it if you just sat down and paint. It doesn't have to be anything like this. It can be just on a piece of paper or whatever. You can color the same thing, try to color the same picture that your kids are coloring. Or even if you just sit down and color with them, and even if it's not the same picture, they love just having that, attention.
That sounds like fun. And great job to your teenagers. That looks like a fun picture there. I know she's taking the video. Sabrina, you did great. Thank you to her for videoing as well. I appreciate it. Marcy, I thank you so much. Thank you for taking time and being with us today, and for providing some good, valuable information and ideas out there. I think we're going to see a lot of a lot of other circle times amongst friends. So thank you so much.
Oh, not a problem. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. And Marcy does run her own program. It's called Family Fun Childcare. So if you wanted to post any questions below, I'm pretty sure I can bribe her to come back and look and maybe answer some questions later. If anybody would like to, find out what she was referring to later. Sound good?
Sounds great. Thank you so much.
Excellent. Thank you so much. Everybody out there, be safe, stay healthy, and it's a pleasure seeing you online today. Remember, if you know anybody who needs to buy, sell, or invest in real estate in Central Ohio, give me a call. Chrissy Hagan with Homes by Chrissy. Bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Thank you.